And this is live demo. Let's turn a slide deck into a YouTube video, part 3. In parts 1 and 2 of this video series, I walked you through editing your slide deck to work better for YouTube viewers and recording it as a video. Now it's time to edit your video recording and get it ready to be published on YouTube. Even though I'll be editing my recording with ScreenFlow, which is a screencasting software for Mac, you'll be able to get some valuable tips out of this video even if you use a different screencasting software. When it comes down to editing a video, my goal is always to keep it clean and simple. Still have to keep it edgy though. Sure, you can get all fancy with your editing, transitions, audio effects, filters, callouts, you name it. However, I believe that for most of us, the time and effort spent on mastering video editing simply won't make enough difference in the end result. So, we'll stick with the editing basics. Resize the video to look its best on YouTube, add video intro, make sure the voiceover is clear, edit out any video oopsies, and check call to action at the end. Ready? Let's get to it. So first, we need to resize our video to look its best on YouTube. YouTube uses 16:9 aspect ratio players. And what is aspect ratio? It's the ratio of the width to the height of an image or screen. So 16:9 ratio is basically like your widescreen TV. And let me tell you why that matters on YouTube. Here I've got 2 of my YouTube videos to show you. This one was sized in 16:9 ratio, so it fits into the YouTube frame perfectly. However, this one I did forget to resize when I made it, so you can see those black, sorry about that, you can see those black strips all around. Not that it's that big of a deal, but when you make a lot of little mistakes, they do add up to something a little bigger. So the more professional little details we can get, the more professional our videos will look overall. So here we are in ScreenFlow right now, and we are editing the previous video that I did for this series, part 2 I believe, where we recorded the actual video. So now it's time to edit it, and of course, first of all, we're going to resize the video. So these are the video clips below. You see them here. This is the audio track and the video track. To resize our video, we will click on this icon, and once again, if you're using a software that is different from ScreenFlow, just find the function to resize your video. And right here we'll see canvas, and I like to set my canvas to 1280 by 720. To me, that's the 16:9 aspect ratio, and it's just about the ideal size for most of the stuff that I put out on YouTube. So we're going to set it again 1280 by 720. I recommend you write that down somewhere so that you can use it in the future. For instance, I've got a text file right here. Oops, sorry. Right here of all the important things that I keep handy, and this is where my image size is recorded. So again, I set my canvas to 1280 by 720, click apply, and we're ready to go. So now you can see the frame is right here. If I move it in or out, you can see the canvas behind it. So I just want to make sure that all of my screenshots will be placed within this frame. Next, we're going to add video introduction. A custom video introduction makes a world of difference for brand recognition. For instance, in the beginning of this video, you saw a custom video introduction for Trafficology Blueprint. If you don't have a video intro for your business, don't worry. You can create one easily and inexpensively with one of the resources on your screen right now. And another suggestion, if you don't have a custom video intro, just create a slide with your brand information and do a quick voiceover introducing your brand and your site. And here's how to add your intro to the beginning of your video. We need to move all the little sections of our video recording to the right. And just as a side note, the reason why I have so many of these little sections, both audio and video sections, is because that's how I create videos. That's what works for me. I cannot just sit and do one long-winded video at a time. I will definitely get flustered, make a lot of mistakes. So I prefer to do tiny bite-sized sections of my video and then piece them together like you see me do here. So in order to select all of them and move them all to the right to insert our intro, we'll go to we'll go to Edit and select all. Or you can also select all with your keyboard shortcut as well. So now that they're all selected, we can move them all at the same time, just so. And we need to add our video intro to our media library. I already added mine here to save time, but in order to do that, you would just click on Add Media and then choose your file. So now that my intro is here, all I'm going to do is drag and drop it. I can drag and drop it here, or I prefer to just drag and drop it at the beginning. Now that my video intro is here, I can tell that I need to move the rest of the sections a little farther to the right. So I'm going to once again go to Edit and select all, and then I'm going to deselect my intro. That will allow me to move everything until the two sections are perfectly aligned. And now just to double check, I'm going to move the scrubber here and play to make sure that the transition here is smooth. Perfect. All good to go. Next, we're going to make sure that the voiceover is clear. Studies show that poor sound quality is much more likely to disengage your viewers than bad picture. So simply listen to your voiceover to make sure everything sounds good. Then we will edit out any video oopsies. Do you remember I gave you the following quick tip in the previous video? When you make a mistake, clap loudly 3 times, go back in your script to before you made the mistake and continue recording. It's easier to edit out those mistakes than re-record the video again and again and again. Well, now it's the time to edit out those mistakes. I'm going to look through the audio portion of my recording to watch out for those loud claps that I made, and I'll show them to you in a bit. Right here, you can see 2 of them in this recording, one right here and one right here. And as you can see, it's very easy to tell them apart from the rest of the audio because of this very prominent pattern that is in front of us. So I'm going to put the scrubber right before those claps and see where I made that mistake so that I can edit it out. See the hearts float up. In part 4 of this Periscope on Android video tutorial. Okay, so not sure why I didn't like here, but I'm going to go back. I made a mistake in this slide, so I'm just going to put the scrubber right before it. Then there's a little trick. So now I need to edit out a section of both my audio and my visual stream. Obviously, we want them to match. So I'm going to select both of them. And in ScreenFlow, there's a very handy function that basically splits your clips. I usually just use if I just press T on my Mac, that does it automatically. Or you can go under Edit and go to Split Clips. So if we do that, all of a sudden, instead of one long clip, we have two of them. So that's how we know that that's the beginning of our mistake. So now my mistake went till after the loud claps right here. So I'm going to put the scrubber right after it and see where I need to, where the end of my mistake is basically. Okay, do I need to keep that so? Yes, I think so. So I'm going to put the scrubber right here. See, I can tell right here where I was silent because the audio is in one flat line, and then when I started talking again. So most likely that's where I need to split the clips again. So I'm going to select both clips, press T, or if you can't remember T, then we'll go to Edit and select Split Clips. And as you can see, ScreenFlow split clips for me here, which means that this section that is currently selected in yellow is the one that needs to go. So I'm going to delete it, and then I'm going to close the gap by moving these clips this way. Now I'm going to go back and make sure that it's smooth transition. Last but not least, let's check the call to action at the end of the video. In the previous video, I gave you the following quick tip. Linger at your call to action at the end of the video for about 10 seconds. They'll give your viewers a chance to take you up on your offer. So now I'm going to go back to my video to make sure I did just that. Here I am at the end of the video. You can see once again a flat line in the audio section, but that was on purpose. I stopped talking here to give a little more impact to when I did say a few things at the very end. So let's just listen and check it out.
This is Hoffman with Trafficology Blueprint. This is Hoffman.
Oops, we went back to the very beginning. So you can see right here that my call to action is to encourage my viewers to go back to Trafficology Blueprint to check it out. And all in all, my branding was up on the screen. I'm just trying to see for about 15 seconds, which is perfect. So I think I'll leave it at that. Well, all I have to do now is to proof the video one more time. Just listen through the entire thing and either save it to my hard drive, which I like doing because then I can repurpose the video by publishing it to other platforms as well, like Google Plus or Facebook. So in that case, I will go to File and Export option in ScreenFlow, or I can actually publish the video directly to YouTube from ScreenFlow. It's pretty simple to do. And that's it. I'm done. This video tutorial is a part of the Content Catapult module for TrafficologyBlueprint.com. If you are an outsider just peeking in, feel free to check out Trafficology Blueprint for yourself.